We're in the middle of the CPP Week to Wicked Chevelle build. We've got the suspension off the car, and it's time to talk about brakes. We've got a whole lot of horsepower, and we need to find a way to stop it. So Jim, what do you have for us?
So what we decided to use on the Week to Wicked project is our C5 Corvette system up front, which is a complete package, includes spindles, rotors, calipers, an integrated bearing and hub assembly, so it bolts right on with 3 bolts, no greasing bearings, no setting the preload on the bearing set. Very easy installation. Our 12-inch rear package, which is a good balance, complements the front. And in this case, we've decided to go with our Hydrastop setup. So with a fully integrated proportioning valve, residual check, and fully adjustable. So we'll be able to balance the front to rear system really well.
So on a modern pro touring car, big wheel, the brake package is really important, not just for performance, but also that aesthetic quality that people associate with a pro touring build. So not only do we have the color, we also have a friction that is easily replaceable. So if you need pads, you don't have to go somewhere exotic. Napa, your basic auto parts stores, you can find a pad.
Yeah, absolutely. This friction is available just about anywhere and all levels of friction. So from a standard organic to something much more robust. And the nice thing about this system is when you get a package like this, it includes all the e-brake cables, all the hoses, all the hard lines, really all the plumbing you need from the rear end right to the chassis and from the chassis to the Hydrastop itself. So it's a very complete system, and this is a bolt-on system. So it's really designed where there's minimal work other than laying it all out, installing it in the car, tightening up all the fittings. There's very little fabrication you have to do with a system like this.
And when you say complete, it's not just the hoses, but we're talking the brackets that actually fasten the hard lines to the car. Every little piece is here.
Yeah, keep in mind, this car had drum brakes in the rear, so the rear end only had a single brake line from the factory. This now has 3 brake lines on the rear end. We include all the bracketry, all the clamps, everything to integrate that into this build.
Very cool, and I think the Hydrastop's definitely worth a mention here because this is something I think a lot of people are familiar with, and in the pro touring world where engines are getting more and more aggressive and camshaft overlap means you can't maybe get by on the standard vacuum diaphragm that we're all familiar with. This is a really good option because instead of having to use the manual brakes, this gives you the power assist without having to worry about all those little things.
Yeah, as you see the vacuum booster performance drop off when vacuum's affected by horsepower and camshafts, this really makes up for it. This system will build up to 1800 PSI with a conventional power steering pump. It's very clean to install, it's simple, and it looks really good under the hood.
Well, the stock brakes in the Chevelle, even though they were discs, they may have been good for their time, but this is a real upgrade. So we're really excited to see what these will do on the car.
And we're excited to install them. We're looking forward to driving the car with this brake system on there.